Yeah.
Hello. I
Hello. Hello.
was delighted to hear there was only one of me. That is such great news. Things
You
are
never
looking a
know.
little spruced up around the old Laura Allison party. So I
Yes,
was
it is.
hoping, I was hoping that was like a bug that was they were gonna fix. So cool. That's cool. Love to
I
hear
do like the numbers being padded sometimes. Like when
it.
you first come in, when people are multiples, then it's like you have 12 people in automatically, and you're just like, wow, we're blowing up
World
over here on
famous.
the party.
Yeah.
World famous. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if you know this, Laura. I do get recognized when I'm in foreign airports.
Yes.
Very, very famous. Very
Well,
famous.
you say that as if it's a joke, but I have been with you many times where you have been recognized. But I think in particular, yes, I can. This is I'm a spellcaster. Um, but you definitely ran into a super fan in the Reykjavik airport while we were all waiting to go for our gate. Shout out. What was her name again? Is it
It was
Mary?
Mary.
Mary.
Shout out to Mary. Shout out to Mary. Yeah, that was very funny. And everyone, we were with a bunch of people from the retreat, and everyone was like, damn, which was the best part. It sucks when you're alone and it happens because then no, then it's like, did it happen?
Yes.
Like, right?
Well,
Did it happen? But I had a lot of witnesses.
the extra funny part was you were discussing something with somebody, and this woman like marched right up to you, and I was just like, "Oh, can we help you with something?" Uh, not to toot my own horn, but I appear on your Instagram quite a bit, and she just was like, no, I just wanted to say to her specifically that I know her and she's very famous and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, all right, go go go. I was
You know,
trying, and just in case it was something super weird and not just like gobs of appreciation. I was trying to
you're
run a little interference, but she
no,
was not having it. She had to get to the
no.
star.
Bless, 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 bless. And I made this joke before and I'll make it again. So now I'm insufferable. Head is so big, I will never recover. Yeah, this is our life now.
Well,
So
listen, I mean, it's well deserved, and if you can be recognized and gushed over on the last day of an 11-day trip or whatever it was for us, like with all of your bags, like everything shoved into your bags, you're doing great. You're really keeping it
holding
tight.
like a baby's worth of Pringle
Yeah.
cans, you
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
only the essentials.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it
Screaming
was
about
good.
butter and justice. It was a lot. It was a big
Yes.
day at the Reykjavik airport.
Yes, holy
So,
shit. Butter and justice was
mhm.
had.
Yeah,
That is
it's
for
true.
sure. Yeah. But Laura, big day for you yesterday.
Yes.
Big day.
Yes. Big day. I live in a house now. Well, as you can see, I haven't done a damn thing to move
You
out
know,
of HQ around here. But yes, Brooke and I closed on our house yesterday morning, and now we have a huge thing to spend a bunch of money on. I don't know. Buying houses,
home ownership does feel
it's felt scammy from start to finish, and it continues to feel like, wow, I so what an honor. Everyone makes you feel like what an honor that you have spent so much money and got into so much debt for the privilege of spending way more money. It's like, what is this? What a
what is this?
racket.
It's like that lie that married people tell too, where once you get married, you're like in this magic club where all your problems are solved, like
No.
everyone else. It's like this, it's just this deep lie that you need
Yes.
to continue to collect other people for your group. It's like, oh, I'm married, so you must be married. Oh, I'm a homeowner, that means you must be a homeowner. It's like culty.
Yeah, it has that feel. Um it's really something. But due to rental, we also know rental life. We know it. I did own up to 5 years ago, and then I went back to rental life because I was like, listen, owning is a giant pain in the ass. Renting is a giant pain in the ass. I choose this giant pain in the ass. But, there are the pains of the asses of renting two different places, like half hour apart from each other, has just become too much. So we're choosing
Yeah.
one
It's the
consolidated pain
schlepping.
in the ass.
Yes.
Yes. And that's where we are. One of the things that's really fun, for Brooke's apartment, I have keys to his apartment, but there are three different locks. One lock for the front door, and then two different locks for the back door because renting. So I only have keys to the back door, and I cannot come and go freely from the front door of his house. Now granted, I could have three, um, but I have the two. And so it's such a delight to just have one key that I could go in the front door with. It's really a revelation. So already things are looking up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh, wow. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like you've earned front door access for a
I
while now, Laura. Was this a
agree.
discussion?
This was
Uh,
just how these were the keys I was gifted. And at this, and then it became, well, we're looking for a house now. Why are we even gonna I've made it work. It was a pain in the
well,
ass.
bless.
Uh
Bless.
but I have my own key to my own house now, and
You
it's great.
you are the backdoor man.
That's
That's
me.
you.
That's me. It's fine. Whatever. But it is, yeah, it's just, but though, so then I'm in the house, right? And you're just like, you're realizing some of the razzle dazzle, that the seller was, doing. Like, for example, there are
Yeah.
two different doors out of the garage to go to the backyard. And they both have bolt locks on the top. And one bolt lock has nothing to actually bolt into the door. It's just for show. And neither of the keys we were given for those work. It's just like Quirk City. So I don't know, but it's going to be a fun adventure. And there are a lot of, I see Lisa Weissman has joined us, and there, because I'm in Skokie, which is a predominantly Jewish area, a lot of the door frames have, I think it's called the mezuzah, on the door frames throughout the house. So I don't know. I feel like it couldn't hurt, couldn't
No.
hurt.
At this
So
point, I'd like to take blessings from everyone. Just like
anywhere,
as
just
yes.
anywhere.
Yeah.
So I
In and
feel
out of
like,
every door. That just feels great.
yeah.
Yeah.
So every, in particular, is on the way to my craft room slash the laundry room. And I feel like that's where I need the blessings the most. So there you go. Yeah, and I'm not touching them. I think they should,
No.
Lisa says,
It has
it
nothing
blesses
to
your
do with
house.
you.
There's,
Yes.
yeah, usually the Ten Commandments inside or some sort of prayer, and you're not supposed to take them off when you leave. And I feel great about it. I feel great that they're there. Like Allyson said, whatever works, I'll take it. Yes, please.
Well, we talk a lot about one of our favorite films and one of the best films made in recent history.
Mm.
That would be The Mummy. Just a little delightful. There is the Weasley character does have a necklace from like every single, and that's what saves him till the
That's
very
true.
end. He pulls out all of the necklaces from all of the different religions that there are out there and just works his way through all of them. And eventually, one of them does work to save his life. So, I mean, I hate to think that this is this is like a desperation move, of course. But hey, that's where we live now. Yes.
There's that old saying about, that soldiers often say, like, if you are in a foxhole, there's no atheist in a foxhole, or you'll pray to your socks if you have to. So it's feeling like a pretty desperate times, and I will take good wishes, wherever they come. So
Yeah,
we kind of had a similar
absolutely.
experience, thinking about, we took a questionable, um, tour of Reykjavik. The theme was ghosts, and I don't think we discussed ghosts one time. We discussed zombie. as a zombie, but it was mostly folklore, which is cool and interesting, but not when you're signed up for a ghost tour, you know?
I like ghosts.
Yeah.
I
So, bit
got
of a bait and
zero
switch.
ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost
It was a
light.
yeah, yeah. It was a bait and switch.
It was.
Yeah.
It worked.
But yeah, we did learn about for folklore and blessings ruins,
Yeah.
which is nice when
There
we were in
were
Iceland.
Yeah, there was one
Yeah.
particular rune that really resonated with both of us. I felt like, and it was about like protection for travel, like getting to your destination, but you're not going to be able to predict how you're going to get there. And that seems to have been the theme of us working together since the fall of 2019 onward. I feel that that rune has kicked in a couple of times. Would you agree?
Yeah, and we made it out alive. Things are
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Locally.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah. So yeah, it's not up to you sometimes. You just start going down the path you're going down.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
that feels
relatable.
again where I'm just gonna cherry pick where I need to from any bits of lore to just help me get by, you know? That's where
Hmm.
we're at. But thank you for the congratulations. It's very tough time to be an adult in this world, and there's so much pain and hurt and bad things happening. So to have good news in the midst of it is nice, but you don't want to be tone deaf in how you share it. So I just appreciate having having you all, knowing that what a supportive community that we have, that I can say, yeah, hey, this really good thing happened to me, while also acknowledging like it's a tough time for everybody, and I'm not
Yeah.
that's not that good thing is not diminishing any of that, you know?
Yes, absolutely. And I get that sentiment a lot when I send out a newsletter or something and it's just like, holy fucking shit. And people are like, it's okay to try to sell knitting classes
Yeah.
at the end of the world. Um, so
And it is.
that's kind of where we're at.
We had I'll use I statements, but I feel you'll probably say yes. I had a fantastic time in Iceland. Our
Yes.
two groups of
Same.
folks that came to our retreats were phenomenal. We had such great experiences.
Yes.
But it is still work. Like we're still doing a job there too. And it's really, so to post our vacay pics is also like talking about the work we do. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, especially just with insane news every day. You're like, here's a vacation picture.
Yeah.
It's tough to own a small business. I know that's a common refrain.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, I am very happy and I'm very excited to be moving in with my boyfriend. Yay, chicken! And I'm very happy that our job is ultimately about building community, because it's the only thing I can think of right now. It's the only thing I can think of to do. Um,
Yeah.
is to just buckle down with you fine folks, um, and support each other. That's the only solution I have.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, agree. It's the instinct we had in March 2020 too,
Yep.
where you're just like, holy shit. Okay. Let's let's do this. Let's do this for
Yep.
everyone. Like, yeah, this is where we're at. So,
And that was something that it was kind of a common theme with a couple of our tour guides in Iceland. They talked a lot about how the general Icelandic attitude, and they shared a couple of like colloquialisms, but they were like, the general attitude is always like, well, you'll figure it out. Like, you'll just have to figure it out. And because that island is trying to kill you, that environment is so hostile and does not want human or animal life to thrive on it, that, even if
except
your
cats.
neighbor, Yeah, except cats. Even if your neighbor is the most incredible asshole, like if there's lava coming down the hill, you're gonna come grab his sheep. You're gonna do that. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, that's just kind of how it is because things are so crazy there,
Yeah.
like climate wise, weather wise, that you're just like these blood
We're in this
feuds. Like
together.
they threw that out
Yeah.
the window in like the 1200s. They were like, no time. We don't have time for this shit.
We don't have time for this. We're trying to uh up like make farms in the worst
Yeah,
area ever for
right.
farming. So this is what we're doing. This is what we have to do. And it just feels like that's so different than where we are in America, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It
it's a stark
stark
contrast.
contrast. Yeah.
Um, and it's mostly a population density issue, I think. I think it's a lot easier to organize when you're 300,000 people, as opposed to whatever million. But it is there's a lot we can learn. There's a lot we can learn.
Yeah.
Um, Lisa's asking in the chat if it was cold the whole time when we were in Iceland,
No,
Allison. You want
it
to take that
was
one?
not cold. It was not cold. It was downright balmy.
Yes.
And everyone wanted to wear their sweaters and they could not wear their sweaters. It was too warm, especially for that second group, our second
Woo.
group. It was like 65 to 70 degrees like every day, which is it's sunny.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. It was truly, yeah, it was unnerving, one
Mm-hmm.
might say.
Mm-hmm.
Should not be this way. But yeah, it was downright. There was one point where we were inadvertently on the Golden Circle tour, and
Iceland.
we the tour guide that we had, again inadvertently, she looked over at like the glacier area and was like, that is literally the clearest I've ever seen that glacier, because of how wild, how warm and
Yeah.
sunny and clear it
Literally not a
was.
cloud in the sky. It was
Yeah.
wonderful.
So
It was glorious.
whenever a tour guide says something like, wow, I've never seen this before, you take note of it because you know how many times that person has been standing exactly in that same spot, because that's their job to continue to go there, what, like 3 times a week, maybe more, for years and years and years. So yeah, that really resonated with me, where I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yikes. Yeah. So
Yeah, well, you and I have often have big life revelations when we're looking at the glaciers in Iceland. I that was where I decided that I was not going to have biological children, was looking at a melting glacier in Iceland. Um, but
it's just real. It's
you're
just really real.
there is just something about being at that tectonic plate divide, and this country this land that is like built out of a series of volcanic eruptions and then cooling by the sea and then ice and then ice, and it's so different to anything that I've ever seen in my life, and it just makes you think big thoughts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, and then also we were there during, and we do go there during midnight sun, where the sun sets for maybe like 2 hours at 3 a.m. and it is
And
unnerving.
barely fits. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very unnerving. Even if everything was a plus okay copacetic in the world, that is weird, and it makes your body
Yeah.
feel weird.
Weird.
It's very strange.
Yeah. Yeah. It does feel like too, everything's connected. I feel that when you can like be on a tectonic plate and like see the edge of a tectonic plate and see lava flowing, and think and see steam coming out, it does. And like there was that eruption in Indonesia, that
Mhm.
volcano went off, and the way that at the geyser, everything had like dialed up to, like everything's connected and things are shifting and changing, and it really is all connected. So it does feel more, it's harder to ignore when you're in Iceland, which is why I
Mhm.
feel like even like old shitty white men in Iceland are very, very progressive and very liberal minded, when that same dude would be like the most conservative fuckhead in America,
Yeah.
because you see it every day. It is not hidden from you. You
No.
cannot ignore how connected we are to everyone, and how the exact environmental impact of everything that's happening. It is in front of your face, and you cannot lie to yourself. You cannot believe any lies about what's going on, because you see it and you live it every day.
Yeah.
Which I feel like Americans are very removed from having moments like that.
Yes.
Uh,
And
so
just
uh,
the scale of everything. You're told over and over that this island is the size of Ohio. The island is roughly the size of Ohio, or roughly the size of Kentucky. But you leave the city, this ultimately what we would in America call a town, and you get out of town and you are just in the middle mountains and just glaciers and insane left behind deposits from lava flows in the past, and your size of like the scale of humanity is like relative to this little landmass. You're just like, wow. And Iceland is a small country, and look how tiny I am here. It's just like, wow. It
yeah.
really does. Delusions of grandeur really aren't helpful there because you need people, and or you're gonna just be swallowed by the earth.
Yeah, and no one will know about
No.
it. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
you're out. Yeah. So yeah, Iceland's really good for me. Yeah, I love it. I feel great there. It's good to be reminded about how small you are, and that you are really only in charge of you. And you can just be the best person that you can be because you're part of this like whole. And that's good to be reminded, because I feel like a lot of people aren't doing their best
Mm-mm.
right now. And that can be really frustrating and really crushing.
Yes.
But it's nice to be reminded that you still have power within yourself to be like do your best. And that it does make, even if it's a small impact, it still makes an impact. I don't know why I get that from Iceland, but it just feels like everything's so like immediate. Like it really is
Yeah.
just like crushing nature and like beautiful scenery. You just feel like more like dialed up, you know? So that's where the dialed upness hit me.
Well,
So,
yes, and we as Midwestern gals, we are used to um looking out the window at a certain site. We're used to lakes being a certain way. We're used to trees being a certain way. We're used to allergies being a certain way. And to just put yourself in a completely different context. And every time you look out the window, you're like, what is this? Like,
yeah.
what are we doing? To just put you in a completely new set of surroundings is a great way to kickstart you out of the norm and make
Yeah.
you start thinking. You can't read the signs, like you like literally you can't read the street signs. You're in this like place where human civilization has existed for a very long time, and they actually acknowledge that human civilization has been there a long time, unlike our country. That you just have to grapple with a lot of new things when you're there. So not to come back and be all woo, but like we're doing something here, and I really appreciate the 20 of you that are watching and the hundreds of you that are part of our virtual community, because it's really the only way I can think of to just keep getting out of bed every day and doing something. It's important. It just is.
I actually wanted to do a little something else.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was thinking we could do a little international house hunters.
Super. Okay, great. Well, so speaking of housing, one of the cool things that happened when we were abroad, we were in a reasonable time zone for Allyson to start talking about where she's going to live in Portugal
Yes.
with her listing agent. And so you just got your listings in via email yesterday, right?
Yes, I did. And I thought it might be fun because people have been asking about it to do a little walkthrough of some of the apartments that Shane and I are thinking about because this is kind of fun, right? I mean, there are like reality shows dedicated to this
Yeah.
so I thought maybe we could do a little international house hunters. Yeah, Maya's pumped, Rona's pumped, Laura, I know you're pumped. I sent them to you yesterday.
Oh yeah, I already gave a lot of thoughts, which I will repeat for the record here.
Yes, sounds good. So we got sent like 8 listings based on the things that we were looking for. And I wanted to start off by showing a little map of Porto because I feel like we're gonna learn a lot. We're gonna learn a lot. So I'm gonna share my screen. Hopefully. Okay, I think we're gonna do this. Okay, perfect. Okay, so thank you. See, we're learning. Okay, so Porto. Okay, so this is city center area, and we asked to be up in this kind of area because this is a little away from the tourist areas like to be down by the river over here and up here by the ocean. This is the ocean. Sure. All right, and this area over here, we're gonna call this the Evanston of Porto. All right, different city, Evanston, like for you Chicagoans. Chicago.
Thanks for putting it in terms I can understand.
Yes, that's what I'm here for. Okay, so this is the kind of the layout. All right, so apartment 1. Did it switch over?
It did.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, great. So here is big apartment building. And we wanted 3 bedrooms, as discussed, 1 for me and Shane, 1 for Laura, and 1 for working. Okay, so we can see in this lovely apartment that it has lots of light. It has kind of big areas. I'm going to show this a little bit. Yeah, beautiful windows, right? Yeah. Look at
the view is spectacular,
right? I mean, overlooking. They kept saying ocean views. Yeah, balcony was a necessity. Okay, I also spot a washing machine in this adjacent laundry area. Kitchen looks really nice. Yeah, 3 bedrooms. Light looks good. Built-ins are really big in Portugal, so they have like big built-in closet situation. Yeah, very sunny. Parking spot. I don't know why I would need that, but that also involves a parking spot, and it is on the 6th floor of this building. Okay, now
4 bathrooms is so incredible to me. / water closets.
It's kind of shocking. Also, no bathroom pictures, which is scary because some of these places that we got set have really wild bathroom situations. So this is located up in this area, which happens to be by the football, very close to where FC Porto plays. Too close? Who can say? Say?
I'm curious, how is this all, where is this all in relation to the world of Cannes? Because the Portuguese world of Cannes is the #1 destination for me in Porto.
Okay, let me show you where the world of Cannes is. The world of Cannes will be right down here. Okay,
so helpful.
This is the fancy bridge. All right,
it's right over there.
Yeah, right over in this area. So this right. So
Okay.
we would be where'd it go? Up here. So
Okay.
close-ish
So I will have public transportation options to visit the world of Can.
to visit the world of Can. Yes,
Okay,
you will.
good.
Yes, you
Okay,
will.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Please continue.
All right. Second apartment. All right. This one also, we're really liking this. Okay. So 3 bedrooms still, 3 bathrooms still, balcony, sea views, it says. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
obviously that's a winner. I mean, look at that. Shane says it's very scary. I think this one's on the 10th floor. Did it say? Let me double check. Floor. Oh, ninth
Ninth.
floor. Yeah, ninth floor. Yeah.
So
All right.
high
This is
rise
also
life.
the biggest one. Yeah. So here's the building. Here's our entryway. All right. So this one also has the option to be furnished, which really freaks me out because the furniture in this place is very
Yeah,
wild.
that chair
Uh,
is so special and unique
right?
and
Yeah.
random,
This
some
is
might
like
say.
the crystal chair that those assholes crushed. What was it? Van Gogh's crystal chair. Did everybody see that?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Very museum like. But cool built-ins. Look at this living room out to the balcony. Really beautiful. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, huge windows, so much light. Yeah, beautiful view overlooking beautiful Porto. And we've got really nice. I love this kitchen
Spacious
and
kitchen, yeah. With that
spacious
little like
kitchen. We've got
island.
spot a little laundry. Yeah, spot a little laundry here, which we like. Yeah, little laundry room, more sunny laundry room. Yeah, kitchen looks great. Yeah, super nice. Picture of the bathroom. Now, this isn't something to write home about, but it is a picture of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
One of the bathrooms. And look at these built-ins in the bedroom. So all of the bedrooms in this place have huge like built-in areas in them, which is really nice. And here's another bathroom, I think, a second bathroom. I think there's 3 of them. Yeah, so much fabric storage. And then that's it.
Again, so much going on with that. Like it is and I think a lot of us are like, wow, value for square footage there too.
Right?
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
crazy. All right, so then we are looking at, okay, so this one, please
Now, this
note.
one I think of as a vibe shift. Vibes are very different with this
So
one.
vibes are very different. And I think the reason that the vibes are different is because it's actually in like partially in like a basement. But let's see, because it's 4 bedrooms, and this is in that neighborhood that we really wanted to be in. It says first floor. First floor. Okay. So obviously these pictures are just incredibly blown out.
Mm.
I think because it's very dark in here. All right. So please note there are no windows
Ah.
anywhere.
Yeah, that was my
So
question.
Maya's
I
asking a
wonder.
great question. Yeah. Is it a European first floor, so like American second floor rather than ground? I think it's ground, Maya, and I will show you why I think it's ground. Obviously, there's no windows anywhere, right? We're windowless.
Mhm.
We are very windowless. Oh, there's
But then, yeah, you
outdoors.
do go out to the port. I see. Okay, you're putting this together for me now. Yeah.
And
Oh,
here's the patio,
yeah.
which is built into the ground, right? That's what this has to be, right?
But it's huge.
It is huge.
It would be nice and
And
cool.
and I think that there's just 0 windows anywhere. Really beautiful built-ins. This is obviously freshly renovated.
Beautiful
Yeah,
bathroom. I mean, that is stunning.
beautiful bathrooms. Yeah. So I think this is the second. I think it's 2 floors because I think this is a second patio.
So, okay.
And this looks
Yeah.
higher, right?
Right. Yeah,
So I
and
think
it looks like that
this could be
one.
like a
Oh, I see. This is the view out of that same window. Yeah. Yeah, it must be like a one up or something.
Yeah,
A
because
two up.
Shane was thinking that maybe it was like the whole like length of the house, like the building. And so
Hmm.
that terrace was like the back and this part was in the front. But hard to say.
Yeah, could be. It's interesting to see the interior because we saw so many of those like tiny tile porches like on the exterior of the building with their porches. It looks like that's one of them, that little
Mhm.
porch on the outside. It's cool to see what that looks like on the inside. It's like so different than I imagined.
Yeah. Yeah. So Pam, see, it says terrace and balcony. So
Yeah,
there's
Shira's
two of
like,
them.
my arm for a floor plan. Um,
Yeah.
that's
North
not
and
possible.
south orientation, which is why we think it's like the long view. Yeah, it says with elevator. I think that's because the building itself has a big elevator in it because this is a big building and this is like the ground floor of the apartment building. But yeah, hard to say. I don't think I need an elevator inside my apartment. Um, but yeah, so this one's kind of a puzzler for
Yeah.
us.
Wow.
Um, oh, I know, I know, Maya. One of them is complete, right? That's such a funny like English translation
Right.
of that. Yeah. So okay, so that is the other one, right? And this is in that little area we were looking at. Now, this apartment, this one is in Evanston. Okay. So this one is in Evanston. Okay. Not over here. It is across the river into Evanston. Okay. Now, this is a 3-bedroom apartment on the 10th floor. All
Well, and
right.
I
3 bathrooms.
clearly have already abandoned all my principles because this one was my favorite. So of course it is because it's in Evanston.
Right. Look at all the light. Look at this
Love that
fucking
porch.
porch.
I love that porch. I liked, and I
I mean,
said
this
to
is
Allyson
fucking
too.
crazy.
Yeah, I think some of this is me responding to the
Look at
color
this
scheme.
view.
Yeah. Some of this is like responding to the color scheme in the house, which also feels very Allyson and Shade to me, but yeah. 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 That porch is
I mean, look
insane.
at the view. 2 bathrooms. Here's the second one.
Oh, look at that shower. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, right? And
Wow.
then this is the other one.
Cozy.
Cozy. Yeah. Little built-ins, right? Can't you just see me
Mhm.
teaching my classes from
I
here?
can. Yeah.
Oh, what does this say? Walk-in wardrobe? This isn't even a room.
Oh, it's a closet.
I just noticed that.
One man's closet's another man's craft room.
Holy shit. Yeah. So, and this, see, this is out at the porch? Question mark?
And is this the furniture it comes with?
And this is up. See, there's two, it's duplex.
Cute with that little like spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah.
But
so that's
again, I feel like I was responding to Color Story. So I'm easily influenced.
yeah. That's kind of where we're at. Like, is there a draw? Like what? Because that's like its own little city over there. So in like what is there like such a huge benefit at this point to being in honestly a neighborhood I've literally never been in, closer to a city center, that will we really be spending that much time in? It is a 17-minute walk to Porto from that from where we think that apartment is, or a 6-minute train ride. So it's not like really Evanston, because Evanston is an hour and a half away from downtown Chicago.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
So Maya's saying number 4 is her favorite. Number 2 is a close second. I think that's kind of where we're landing with it. Like last night when Shane and I were talking, we were like, we don't want to live in Evanston. But this morning when we were kind of looking around, we were like, but like what, the reason we're moving to Porto isn't so we have walkability to the city center area. You know, we want to be by like cafes and shops, and we want to be in a quiet area so Royal isn't flipping out. And we want to ultimately have a comfortable apartment. So yeah, trains are running regularly. Maya's exactly right. Like buses, shops. It's not like we're going to be going clubbing, so we need to make sure the train's running 24 hours. You know, Pam says, do you know anything about the neighborhood there? Can you Google Map walk around it? Yeah, it feels pretty suburban, honestly. There's lots of like cafes and bars and stuff. We would still be close. And also, I think Shane and I really benefit from being young and able to, you know, get around. We need to be walking distance from a pub. That's our only law for the rest of my life. Right now, our walking distance is kind of far too. So, you know, maybe later the draw of being closer to the city center would be there. So, you know, we're kind of back and forth about it.
It does feel like that with you working from home, at least recording from home and teaching from home, that you'd want to kind of overvalue the space that you'll be spending your work time in,
Laura,
and then location. You can, you know, I feel like nobody wants to move, but you can always change location. But if you know that you're moving into a place that suits your work needs right away, that is huge, right? That is, and which is, you know, it's your job that's allowing this move in the first place anyway. So I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to like you know, factor in that just for the start, you know?
Yeah. So we get to choose 3 of these to do walkthroughs. So my guy Declan is gonna do like video walkthroughs of our top 3. So right now we have a top 4, but that basement one is maybe too weird. And maybe that's the one that should be next out. Maya agrees.
Says no. So you had said you got 8 initially. So were there a couple that were just like flat out not gonna work?
There were a couple that we were just like, no. One of them was let me try to find the one that had the ugliest bathrooms I've ever seen, which was kind of funny because you know, usually I'm not the kind of person who would be like oh God, those bathrooms are like so heinous. I can't live.
If you're commenting on it, that bathroom. That's tough.
But I am saying that I can't live with this bathroom.
Man, everyone's dying. Oh man. Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
I did. This has certain charm to it. I love the parquet floors, but yeah, that's like the tobacco color tile. Wow. Well, those floors are cool, but yeah. I could see that not being ideal. Yeah. Very
I want to see.
I want
to stop sharing.
Feel.
Does everybody say, yeah, okay, great. Yeah, it's horrifying. The rest is nice. Yeah, the rest is nice, but like, holy shit.
It's like tobacco-y and like leathery, but if you close the door and you're just in a sea of brown, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
for so much. I mean, you spend a lot of time in the bathroom, like getting ready and stuff. That would
Yeah.
make me insane.
Yeah.
That would make me crazy. I would
It's a
die. I would die there.
madhouse. Madhouse.
Yeah. Yeah. Manly
Well,
Country Club.
that's not your vibe.
No.
Not the vibe.
Well, thank you for coming to International House Hunters.
Everybody
Porto,
loves that.
Portugal.
That show has 50 seasons. You know, people love it. The people love it.
You do get addicted to it, right? Like you just want to keep seeing what's going on. Yeah, I know Laura and I have been talking about seeing these apartments for ages. I just had a feeling, Laura, that the people would be just as interested in see because you love. That's what
100%.
if you're walking by an estate sale or like an open house or something, even if you don't really care, it's fun to see what these spaces are like, especially in other countries.
Yeah.
So I had a feeling people might want to take a look. So we're going to narrow it down. Shane and I are going to go. Shane has the day off, so we're going to go get a beer and talk about it some more. Yeah, exactly. I think was it Pam? Yeah, Pam said. So should we vote on which background we want to see behind Allyson? Yeah, exactly. Right. Because. Yeah, you're all going to be coming with me essentially.
No kidding.
So yeah, I just noticed that was a walk-in closet that had that office in it. So that's kind of like 4 bedrooms essentially, because that's really all you need is a walk-in closet, especially that giant one.
Yeah, I mean, that's like you're in a little nook under the stairs in your teaching area now. I mean, it has like a wardrobe in there. Like, that could easily be a closet space for people. So it's not that far off. I don't know my square meterage very well, but it makes sense to me.
Tell me about it. I kept being like, these things look huge. And it says the like workable space. And I'm like, what's 208 square meters?
Granted, I barely know square footage. I'm like, I don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know about
I don't know. It feels like a lot, feels like it's high, feels like a high amount.
I have a 12 by 12 quilting ruler, so I'm like, okay, square foot.
How do we add these up? And it's like something about volume. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I can't tell you. I can't tell you. It feels a lot. Feels spacious, especially since we're bringing 0 furniture.
Oh, wow. It's that big of a difference. Oh, feet. I guess there are more feet in a yard, and they're talking about meters. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Maya is saying that 208 square meters is 2,200 roughly square feet. So that is big. That just is big.
That's like 5 times as big as my current apartment.
Yeah, you're in like 12 or something, right? Like 1,200
No,
square
I'm in
feet.
7.5.
7.5. Well, there you go. So
3 times.
That is big.
Holy shit. Yeah, Pam's voting for balcony view. Big balcony.
That last balcony is so Portuguese, and like, is that all those lines like so 80s to me? I love it. Ooh, I love it.
So we'll see. So Shane and I are going to talk about it. We're going to narrow down to our top 3. We're going to send. Apparently, there's like 100 holidays in Portugal over the next week, which is great because I fucked up my paperwork for the bank again. So I got to get this over to the bank again. Yeah.
DHL loves to see ya.
Yeah, they really do. I have made friends with the DHL Express guy. So that's nice. So I'll get to visit him again, which is great. But it's not great because it cost me $100 American to ship anything over to Portugal. And this is the 3rd time I'm sending over the same documents. I love this process. It's so fun. It's just the best. Yeah, my favorite. But yeah, so thank you for coming along on this journey. Now you're all involved in this now, Laura. There are avenues here where your room has an ensuite bathroom because some of those apartments had 5 bathrooms in them. I don't understand what I do with 5 bathrooms.
It's crazy, but if God forbid you ever get the stomach flu, you're going to be grateful to have your own area. So
yeah, I just pick my favorite as long as they're not brown tile.
Yeah,
floor to ceiling.
Seems
I'll be able to make it
reasonable.
work.
Yeah, seems reasonable. So crazy.
So crazy. All right. Well, we are taking zero furniture with us, so
Yeah.
there's just gonna be a lot of empty rooms in these houses. I'm gonna be like, it could be like, I don't know, Miss Havisham, with just empty room. The West Wing, just empty. South
You
Wing, just
know,
empty.
Shane is real good at shopping and finding
is
cool
very good at
things. There's
shopping.
lots of cool like flea markets and secondhand yada yadas.
And I keep saying to Shane, we don't need to have everything at once. Like it can stay empty for a while.
Exactly.
You know?
I say that to Brooke too, because we're both going to be hopefully getting rid of a lot of things in this merge, and it's like that's the best case scenario, to move in and not have every single corner packed full.
Yes.
So that is the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to get a sense of the place too. That is exactly right, Maya.
Yeah. So TBD on this journey, but it is this is fun. This part is fun, just like kind of thinking about what it is. And
it's been a lot of work to get to this point, so I'm glad you are taking the afternoon and enjoying it. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. All right, so what a journey this live has been, honestly, Laura.
Yeah, it's been a fun conversation. And if you don't feel like we talked about Iceland enough, good news. We have an upcoming Level Up series next Friday, where we're going to tell you all of the things that happened in Iceland, and
including murder.
And that is not a joke. And actually is quite timely, because there was in fact a double homicide that occurred at the hotel across the street from us. And there's been an arrest made and very little information shared. But there is a next part of the proceedings will happen on the 20th of June. And I believe our live is on the 21st of June. So we will have more information, perhaps a name, and perhaps an exact timeline for you. But yeah, that was crazy. The last murder that occurred in Iceland was 2021.
And the one before that was in 2017. There have been 5 murders in the past 10 years, and we were present for 40% of them.
And technically 6, because this was a doubler. Yeah.
No,
really?
5, Laura.
Including the 2?
There was a twofer, and then there was a oneer.
Oh, okay.
That's the history. Yeah.
So I had a great joke at Knit Night last night, and I will Tuesday night, and I will repeat it here. We are going to be playing Nancy Drewsdottir, and we will have all the scoop for you in that particular program. So that'll be next Friday night. I hope you can join. It will be recorded, but there's nothing like being there live. And we will recap also our trip, which really, spoiler alert, was wonderful. We had 2 amazing groups of people, 2 different schedules this time, and a lot of shenanigans and adventures. So I do hope you'll tune into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely. All right, everyone. Well, enjoy. If today is a holiday for you, enjoy the time off and try to shop a local Black-owned business, because that is how we can show our support for this holiday specifically. And try to take some time away from the internet. So that's what I'm going to be doing for sure. Good. This phone is going to be left at home while I go drink some beers.
And since this is a safe space, I'm also going to share a little pic of Brooke and I. This is the house. We just look like your nicest mom and dad. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The most suburban you can get. But this is our new house in Skokie.
Well, Laura,
And
nobody's going to be calling the cops on you when you move in. Yes,
no.
nice Jewish couple.
Yeah, exactly. The guys are in town. Sorry. Yeah, we talk about sticking out like a sore thumb. But yeah, this is us in our little new house. And that you can already see needs paint job, but we're going to celebrate for a little while before doing a whole lot. So that's our tour. Enjoy it, everyone.
Amazing. Love a good tour. Yeah, pretty soon your background is going to look a lot different, Laura. That's exciting, right?
Yes. It's a giant white wall right now, so I'm going to have to bring my ability to cast spells, like Hannah says.
Yes.
And I love that. I love a blank slate. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right,
Yeah.
everybody. Well, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and we will see you again in 2 weeks for more shenanigans. All right. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.